Hey guys, this is Aaron. Had a request on some YouTube comments to take a woodworking job, a file, a model created in SketchUp for woodworking, and lay it out and prepare it for SketchUp. So we're going to do just that. I grabbed a model from 3D Warehouse, and it's a pretty cool wood model, and we're going to take it and lay it out so we could actually create some plans or some shop drawings, I guess, for layout. So without further ado, we'll hop into that. All right, so I have this little end table type thing, pretty cool. It's got some cool details on it, and we're going to take it and lay it out. We're going to do this primarily by taking pieces, laying them flat, and then creating scenes looking straight down on them. So the first thing that we want to look at here, and possibly the most important thing, is to make sure that this is properly constructed. And what I mean by that is each of these pieces, the physical pieces, is its own group. And this is very well put together. You can see that all the pieces in here are in separate groups. That is kind of an essential piece of making this work. If everything were one piece, all one chunk together, there's really not a way to do this, lay this out. You'd have to spend the time going through isolating geometry and putting it together. This was put together. You want to think about arranging it the same way you'll actually make it. So if we look at this leg right here, for example, if I grab move and slide it out of the way, you can see that the geometry is all together, and I have these slots in here. So these are actually cut for where this piece will slot in right here, down here at the bottom. That's going to go in there. And I have these little wooden pegs, these little accents here, and you can see that those are actually separate pieces too. Like a darker piece of wood's going to go in there, possibly cover up a screw hole or something like that. But it's real important that those pieces all be separate. So we're going to do that right now. We're just going to take this model and we're going to break it down and prep it for layout. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a hero image. I want to be able to come back to this view at all times. So I'm going to go over to my scenes right now and hit plus. This is just my 3D model. This is my square one. That's it. Now what I want to do is take these pieces, and there's different ways to do this. One thing I could do is I could put every single piece here onto its own layer and then go around and align cameras to the faces one at a time and turn all the other layers off so I'm only looking at one piece. That's possible. You could actually do that without disturbing this original model. I want to actually disassemble this and lay it on the floor and use that to create my scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of this and I'm going to move with my modifier key, Option or Control, to just slide a copy over here to the side. This piece now I'm going to disassemble. I'm going to just scatter these pieces on the floor. I'm going to start with the legs. So I actually have 4 legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all 4 of these and I am going to move them. Now, the thing about these legs, they look very similar, but each of them is a little different from the next. Because of these inlays, these little pieces here, they're actually all a little bit different. So what you may want to end up doing in this case is I may actually create a different view for each one of these. So what I could do is I could grab these, line them all up. Here we'll grab these 2 and we'll bring them up and over. So I might do something like this where I get them all lined up properly, but you can see because of the way these holes are cut, none of these are going to be exactly the same. So what I may actually want to do is prep each of these for its own scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to lay it flat on the ground. And this isn't required. This is just because I have an easier time visualizing this laying flat down. And I might look at each of these, and each of these might merit its own page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just slide these over real quick, and I'm going to take a copy of this piece right here, and I'm going to Option, move it over, X3. That gives me 3 copies of this one piece. Now I'm going to grab this one right here. I'm going to use the move command. When I use the move command, I get these little controls. We're going to take this first piece, I'm going to flip it 90 degrees. Grab the next one, and I'm going to flip it 180 degrees. And then this last one, I'm going to flip -90 degrees. So with that, I now have all 4 sides of this one piece. So this might be what I actually want to take out in the shop. Again, what I want to get to the shop is really going to control how I create this. But I'm going to say that this is the kind of piece I want to put. I want this to go on a piece of paper, and I want to take this out to my shop. So I'm going to do a couple things. I am going to switch to a monochrome view, maybe something like that. I don't need to actually see colors. I want to print this black and white on a piece of paper. I may actually go into my style as well, and maybe I'll edit it to change the background color to pure white. So instead of this background color, I might say, go ahead and use the default color, which is going to be just white on white, just like I'd see on a piece of paper. And the other thing I might do is switch so go to an absolute top view. I'll hit the top view button and then put my camera into parallel. So this is going to give me the most direct down view. This then is what maybe I'll zoom in a little bit, use my pan command, my hand, to slide that so it's centered. Once that looks good, I have all the four sides. This is where I might save that as a scene. Again, when we go to layout, all that's important, well, there's lots of things that are important, but the most important thing is that these scenes are set up. So for leg number 1, which this could be, maybe I'll even do that. Here I'll go call this leg number 1. I have the information that I need. And from this, I could actually come in and throw dimensions on, that sort of thing. And I could prep that for export to layout. That would get me a good drawing. So I might do this same process then for each of my 4 legs. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so there we go. I have 4 different legs, each with 4 different sides saved to their own scene. So that's a good breakdown of that first piece. Some other pieces I might be able to dedicate or put on a single page together. For example, these 2 pieces right here, I might grab them and I'm just going to slide them over to some empty space. And now I'll look at them. How do I actually want to present these? Well, I want to lay them flat first off. So again, with the move command, I'm going to just grab that handle, lay one flat, lay the other one flat, and I'll probably grab that and move them a little closer together. There's no reason for them to be that far apart. And that might be almost enough information. The other thing I might want is to dimension these pieces here. So I might grab this one, slide it over here. Oops. Slide it over here and rotate that vertical. That way, when I look down on the top, I can see this is going to be the same. You can't tell which one this is. And that might be my next view. Going through the rest of these 2 pieces are very similar to the 2 pieces I just did. So let's do those real quick. So these 2 are actually a little bit different in that they're symmetrical. They actually have the same profile, top and bottom. So all I would need for a view of this to send to a shop drawing is maybe this. I may want to also, again, depending on what I'm taking that out of, I may have to do something like this. And then I can actually rotate that to the side view. So that all works very similar. There's now, the rest of the pieces are pretty much these flat pieces. So these ones are pretty similar. I can grab things like, here we'll grab these 2 and move them out of here. Like this bottom shelf right here, all I really have to do, if I know the thickness of the material, all I really have to do is be able to dimension what the size of this rectangle is. So pretty easy to lay down. Same thing here on the top. Again, if I know what material I'm taking this out of, I probably don't have to put too much detail in here. I may want to, since it does have pieces cut out of here, I may actually take this, copy it over, and rotate it vertically. Slide that over. Maybe slide this a little closer. And that might be good for that particular page. Go to my camera and set my parallel perspective back. And then create another new scene here. The last piece I may want to put on here, or I'm going to want to put on here, are these pieces right here. I'm going to do one of them, and it's basically the same thing can be repeated for each of these. So we'll do explain one, and then we'll do the other in super high, fast speed. You guys won't believe how quick I move here. All right, I'm going to slide this one over, just like I have done up till now. There we go. I'm going to rotate it flat. Something I have not been super careful about because it doesn't matter too much. You can see that some of these pieces are a little higher than others. Some of them are up high. Again, if I'm looking at a top-down view with a parallel camera, it doesn't matter how high they are off the ground because everything has the same depth whether it's right next to the camera or 100 feet away. So I'm not stressing about it too much. All right, with this one, very similar, but the use case might be a little bit different. What I mean by that here, let me show you what I mean by that. So I would probably do something like this. I have one piece right here, and then I might slide this up. And then again, just to get that opposite look, just look at that, flip it right to the top, go back to my top view. All right, so there we go. That's probably good enough. The reason I was saying this one might be a little bit different because I will save this. So this will be, go ahead and save this. And this is going to be the top front. The reason this might be a little bit different is I may actually use this one twice. I may pull this in, this whole picture, this image, pull it into layout and do a scale drawing so I can put my dimensions on there, all that kind of stuff. But the other thing I might do is I may actually, in layout, zoom in to this view right here, 1-to-1. Why is that important? Why does that matter? Well, on a 1-to-1 drawing, this may fill up an entire page if I'm doing 8.5 by 11, but what that lets me do is actually have a template out in the shop. So I may actually, I don't have to save it as a separate scene. I can actually set that scaling in a viewport inside of layout, but I could take this view right here and print it 1-to-1 and then slap that right onto a piece of wood and then trace it, cut it out, whatever. I could use this as the actual template. Pretty cool, but the nice thing is that it's already part of this front here. So let's go ahead and throw the rest of these top pieces on. And there we go. So I have my full building detail for each of the legs. Little runners at the bottom, ones at the top, my shelves, and then my front, sides. And there's two of these, but they have the exact same profile. The only thing that changes, of course, is these angle cuts, and then the top back. Again, the real big thing here is how much information and detail do you need when you take this out to the shop? So if you're creating this for you, you're going to add as much. I didn't go put these pegs on because I figured I could just count how many there are and I could cut those real quick out of a dowel or something like that. But if I'm taking it out of the shop, this is sufficient for me. If I'm passing this to someone else and I need more detail, I may need more images. That seemed like that was a couple minutes of work to lay that out. You can put in as much or as little time and energy as you want into these views, and you'll reap whatever benefits those are. So if I really, really, really want a ton more detail, a ton more information, if I want to go and put details about how every single one of these pieces comes together, then by all means, I could take these two pieces, slide them over somewhere else, and actually show how this piece is going to slide into that piece. All I have to do is save that as a scene, so I can add that scene to my layout document. Really, the whole thing comes down to how much prep time do you want to spend on this file to get it ready for layout, and how much information do you need out the back end. Spend as much more time you spend up front in SketchUp, the quicker it's going to go in layout, but the more detail, the more information you need to come out of layout, the more time you do have to spend setting your scenes up. So hopefully that helps. Like I said, we had a lot of requests for how to strip down a piece of furniture and get it ready for layout. That's just kind of an idea of how I would do it. If you have a different way of going about it, I would love to hear what you have too. Comment down below. And if you enjoy this, like or subscribe, that way you'll get notified when new videos come out. Thank you.